Good morning, dear students. In the previous class, we have started the study about massive pieces of land. Yes. So, in the previous class, I have taught you about Asia. So, Asia is the largest continent among the 7 continents. Yes, and it covers 1/3 of the Earth's land surface. And the most populated countries, they are China and India's belongs to Asia continent. Yes, and the highest point on Earth, that is Mount Everest, that is in Nepal. Yes, and the deepest point on the Earth's land surface, the Dead Sea, is a landlocked saltwater lake and bordered by Jordan in the east and Israel and Palestine in the west. And there are 48 countries in the Asia continent. And Asia, with its amazing physical and cultural diversity, it has a very rich history. Yes, there are some civilization like Sumerian civilization. Yes, now it is in southern Iraq, and the Mohenjo-daro and the Indus Valley civilization. These are civilization belongs to the Asia continent. Yes, and in Asia also holds the record for a few major discoveries and inventions, like first magnetic compass, which was invented by the Asians, and the earliest script, that is writing. Yes, and the woven silk textiles from a tomb, that is in a 2nd century before Christ era, that is in China. So these are the inventions and discoveries of Asia. So this is all about Asia continent. So next one is Africa continent. Yes, in this map you can observe or you can see Africa continent. Yes, so it is the second largest continent among the 7 continents. Yes, first one is Asia. It is a very largest continent, and second largest continent is that Africa. Yes, so you can observe the scope of the Africa. Yes, so the equator line, that is the 0-degree line, it has passes almost through the middle of this continent. Yes, you can observe here about the Lake Victoria. Yes, the red dotted line that indicates the equator line, and this equator line, it passes almost through the middle of this continent. Yes, and also the Tropic of Cancer. Yes, where is Tropic of Cancer? Yes, very good. The 23.5 degree north, that is Tropic of Cancer. It also passes almost through the Africa. Yes, and one more line is Tropic of Capricorn. Yes, it also passed through it. Yes, where is Tropic of Capricorn? Yes, it is in the southern part of the Africa. Yes, so these 3 lines passes almost to the continent. Yes, and let us see how many countries have Africa. Yes, so Africa has 54 countries. Yes, and as we know, the Asia, yes, how many countries are there in Asia? Very good, the countries has Asia, and India is one of them. Yes, so Africa has 54 countries, and so you can observe here the Niger, Algeria, yes, Mali, Chad, yes, Namibia, and South Africa, Sudan, Ethiopia, Kenya. These are the some important countries. Like Egypt also is there. Yes, these are the some important countries of Africa. So let us see next one. Africa is separated from Europe by the Mediterranean Sea. Yes, you can observe here. The Africa continent, it was separated by the Europe by the Mediterranean Sea. Yes, Europe and Africa, it was separated by which sea? Yes, tell me students. Yes, very good. That is Mediterranean Sea. Next, and from Asia by the Red Sea. Yes, from Asia. Yes, you can observe here Red Sea. Yes, Asia and Africa, it is separated by the Red Sea, and and Africa and Europe, it is separated by Mediterranean Sea. Asia and Africa, it is separated by the Red Sea. And the Suez Canal. Yes, you can observe here Suez Canal also, it is separated to the Asia and Africa. Yes, and it is, that is Africa. So Africa continent, it is bound by the Indian Ocean in the east. Yes, Indian Ocean in the east side. Where is east side? Yes, on the screen right side. Yes, so it is bounded by the Indian Ocean in the east side. If you go to the western side, there is a South Atlantic Ocean. Yes, so it has bounded by the Indian Ocean and South Atlantic Ocean, and it was separated by the Europe and Africa by the Mediterranean Sea, and Asia and Africa separated by the Red Sea and Suez Canal. Yes, cleared? Fine. Okay, so let us see more information about Africa. So the world's longest river, yes, the world's longest river, the Nile. Yes, Nile River. Yes, you can observe here Nile River. It is started from the Egypt. Yes, that is Mediterranean Sea. Yes, like it flows in the Egypt and Sudan, and next South Sudan and Uganda, and later it joins to the Lake Victoria. Yes, and Nile, it is the world's longest river, and it flows through the Egypt. Yes, and the world's largest hot desert. Yes, that is Sahara Desert. Yes, you can see the Sahara Desert area. That is how many area is included by the desert. Yes, that is Egypt, Libya, Tunisia, yes, Morocco, and the Mali, Niger, Chad, Sudan. Yes, this area included by the Sahara Desert. Yes, and the Sahara Desert, it is the world's largest hot desert. Yes, and it stretches across the North Africa. Yes, where it is Sahara Desert, it stretches towards the North Africa. Yes, next the Suez Canal. Yes, the Suez Canal in Egypt is man-made canal. Yes, it is a man-made canal, and trade between Asia and Europe is done by this route only. Yes, so Suez Canal in the Egypt, that was created by the man. Yes, and the trade between the Asia and Europe, yes, it is done by this route only. Yes, you can observe the red line. Yes, that is a trades line. Yes, so Suez Canal, that is in the Suez Canal, where it is north side of the Africa. Yes, and Suez Canal also separated Asia and Africa. Yes, so just like Asia, Africa too has amazing physical and cultural diversity. Yes. So Victoria Falls. So it is a very famous falls and one of the seven natural wonders of the world. Yes. In our Karnataka, Jog Falls is very famous. Like that. So in the Africa, the Victoria Falls, it is very important and it is wonders of the world. Yes. Next one is Mount Kilimanjaro. Yes. It is the highest peak in the Africa. Yes. And then tell me childrens, which is the highest peak of Asia? Yes. I had taught you already. Yes. Very good. That is Mount Everest. So in the Africa, Mount Kilimanjaro is the highest peak. Okay. Next one is Kalahari Desert. Yes. So Kalahari Deserts, the local people are crossing the Kalahari Desert. Yes, by walk. Yes, and it is a very important desert. And one more desert is that Sahara Desert. Yes, it is also in Africa, and Kalahari Desert is also in Africa continent. And more than half of the 700 mountains gorillas live in the dense forest of Congo. Yes. So there are so many mountains. Yes, half of the 700 mountains gorillas which are living in this the dense forest of Congo. Yes. And next one is Africa is rich in copper, diamond and oil. Yes. So mineral resource, it is very rich in the Africa. Yes, you can find copper, diamond and oil in the Africa. Yes, there is one famous ore of copper, that is copper mine of Zambia. It is a very important mine in the Zambia, that is in and so river Nile is a famous for its crocodile. Yes, the Nile river is the longest river and it is very famous for its crocodiles. Next one is there is a grasslands. Yes, there is also a grassland. So Serengeti grassland it is a very important grassland which can find in the Africa. Yes, there are so many animals like giraffe, lions, zebras and elephants roam freely on the vast grasslands. And in the Africa continent, more than 1600 languages are spoken in Africa. Yes, so this is all about Africa. Yes, so Africa, it is the second largest continent, and the important thing is that the equator, it passes almost through the middle of this continent, and also Tropic of Cancer and Tropic of Capricorn also pass through it. Yes, and it has 54 countries, and the Europe, it is separated by the Mediterranean Sea. Yes, Europe and Africa separated by the Mediterranean Sea, and Asia and Africa, it is separated by the Red Sea and the Suez Canal. Yes, and also Indian Ocean in the east side and the Atlantic Ocean in the west side are bounded to the Africa. Yes, and one more thing is the world's longest river, that is Nile River, it flows in the Egypt. Yes, so also Sahara Desert, it is also important desert, and also Kalahari Desert is also important desert in the South Africa. Yes, Victoria Falls you can find, the Mount Kilimanjaro, the highest peak in Africa. Yes, and the mines, that is copper mine of Zambia, it is very important mine of the Africa. So this is all about the Africa continent, and there is one more video that that tells the importance of physical importance of the Africa continent. And I hope all of you understood this and watched the one more video is there. So thank you for watching.
Introduction, Location and Boundaries. Africa. Africa is the world's second largest continent, and it boasts of the world's largest desert and the longest river. Africa was often known as the Dark Continent because of little knowledge of the region. The continent remained unexplored for a very long time. The vast Sahara Desert in the north, very few good harbors for explorers to land, and steeply rising plateaus kept the outsiders at bay. Moreover, rivers forming high waterfalls prevented travel by rivers. Hot humid climate, dense forests, fear of wild animals and diseases discouraged explorers. The continent of Africa lies between latitudes 37° north and 35° south, extending almost equally on both sides of the equator. Its longitudes extend from 17° west to 15° east, and the prime meridian passes along the western side of Africa. Africa is the only continent occupying a part of all four hemispheres. Africa is surrounded by the Mediterranean Sea in the north, the Atlantic Ocean in the west, and the Indian Ocean in the east. It is separated from Europe by the Strait of Gibraltar, that is, between Atlantic Ocean and the Mediterranean Sea, and from the Arabian Peninsula by the Red Sea. Africa is attached to Asia by a small Sinai Peninsula, and the Suez Canal is what separates the two continents. The coastline of Africa is very smooth, with no deep indentations and few well-defined peninsulas. The coastline is nearly regular everywhere. There are 53 countries in Africa. Around 4,000 years ago, a canal was dug between the Nile and the Red Sea by an Egyptian pharaoh. Frequently misused, this canal was built and rebuilt several times, but the interest in the canal, which shortened the distance between Europe and Asia, never ceased. In 1854, after permission to build a canal was granted to a French diplomat, Ferdinand de Lesseps, by Egypt's viceroy, construction began in 1859. This 162-kilometer long canal took 10 long years to complete. Formally opened in 1869, the Suez Canal stretched across the Isthmus of Suez, separating Asia from Africa and shortening the route from Europe to Asia by more than 10,000 kilometers. The canal, 150 meters wide and 14 meters deep, has been enlarged several times to handle more traffic. Today, Suez Canal is one of the world's busiest shipping lanes. Over 60 ships pass the waters each day and more than 20,000 ships in a year. At the speed of 9 kilometers per hour, the journey takes 10 to 12 hours. Despite its great size, Africa does not have a great variety of physical features. Most of Africa is a plateau made of old hard rock. The elevation, higher in the south, gradually decreases towards the north in a series of steps. Africa does not have many mountains. Atlas Range, which lies in the northwest coast, is a continuation of the mountains of southern Europe. The Drakensberg Mountain along the east coast are not true mountains. They are the tilted up edge of the plateau, comprising most of Africa. Located in East Africa, Mount Kilimanjaro is an extinct volcano. That is, a volcano that is dead or finished erupting. At 5,895 meters, it is the highest peak of Africa. Africa has very little low-lying areas, mainly found along the western and northern coasts. The basin of River Congo and Lake Chad are also low-lying. The Great Rift Valley is one of the most unusual landforms of Africa. With steep sides, it is formed when the land between two faults sinks, forming a valley. Stretching about 6,440 kilometers, the Great Rift Valley begins from Mozambique in the south and ends in the valley of River Jordan in Syria. Lying on the plateau between the two branches of the Rift Valley is the largest lake, Lake Victoria. It lies at the equator. Africa is cut through by four mighty rivers. With 6,400 kilometers in length, the Nile is the longest river in the world. It emerges from Lake Victoria, flows northward through the Sahara Desert, and empties into the Mediterranean Sea. Though it mainly flows through the Sahara Desert, it has enough water because its source lies in the equatorial region, which gets plenty of rainfall. The banks of River Nile are very fertile, and through centuries, millions of inhabitants have lived here and used its water to irrigate crops, making it one of the most densely populated areas in the world. The Nile forms the second largest delta in the world. River Congo, the second longest river of Africa, with its numerous tributaries, forms one of the largest river systems in the world. It flows across Middle Africa through the huge equatorial forest and drains into the Atlantic Ocean. Thick vegetation prevents construction of roads or railways, and so River Congo and its tributaries form a good means of transportation. The Niger, the third longest river of Africa, emerges in the highland in West Coast and empties into Atlantic Ocean. It does not have much water as it rises and flows through dry areas. River Zambezi, the fourth longest river, is the major river in southern Africa. It rises in Central Africa, flows southeastwards, and empties into the Indian Ocean. When it reaches Victoria Falls, it plummets 108 meters, creating much noise and spray, and hence is called the smoke that thunders. Its numerous rapids and waterfalls make only some parts of the river navigable. Rivers Orange and Limpopo are two other significant rivers of Africa. All of Africa's rivers contain impassable rapids, making it only partly open to boat traffic. Hence, Africa's mineral and agricultural resources cannot be readily shipped to its cities.